Here it comes, everything has changed. Yeah, we're not the same. Oh, it's a perfect moment in time, and I'm holding on for the ride. I've waited all of my life. I've never felt so alive.
We've made it all the way south, almost to the Mexican border.
Yeah, we're in a place that's really hard to pronounce and spell.
Well, for me anyway, not for Phil.
Fort Huachuca Army Base.
Not everyone could come to this campground, but if you're interested, if you're looking for more military campgrounds, this one is perfect for the winter.
Yeah, it's right outside the town of Sierra Vista, and it's a small little town, but it has just about everything you need: food, groceries, and a place to stay.
And thankfully, this area has a ton to do. We're right in front of the mountain. You can go hiking, biking, all kind of stuff, and we've done none of it. I have an injury that keeps popping up in my foot, so we haven't been able to do much, but that doesn't mean that you guys can't do it. But while you're here...
Actually, we did attempt to go hiking, but the trail that we went to was closed. So we did make an attempt. Remember?
Okay. Yes. And we also attempted to take you guys to the museum here, because
Right.
this fort has been around since the 1800s, and they have a really nice museum here with a nice history. I'm swaying. With a nice history, but unfortunately it was under construction, so we can't show you that. But we can show you one of the cutest small towns, an old mining town that you guys should put on your to-do list. Welcome to Bisbee, Arizona. It's supposed to be the city with the best climate.
Year-round best climate.
So if you're looking for a moderate place to land in the winter, trying to escape the snow, because we've had a lot of snowstorms this year,
Yeah.
This is the place to be. It is the cutest little town. It's an old mining town from 1880, so it's a really cute historic town.
Yeah, and there is a ton of spots around here to camp, RV, whatever you call it, boondock. There's a ton of that going on around this area.
The town we're in now with all the historic cars is actually Lowell, Arizona, and it was the town right next to Bisbee, and it's where all the residents originally were.
The miners
Would work in Bisbee, and the families would live here in this area.
Yeah, this is now referred to as the Lowell Ghost Town. Yeah,
Yeah, there's not much here now.
And as you'll see walking through, you can see why. It looks like they just parked their cars and left, is what it looks like. Locked up the shops and beefy.
But it's really cool. As you guys know, we love Off the Beaten Path. And this is about as off as you could get, because it is all the way almost at the border. So if you're looking for somewhere to go hide out, this might be the place.
Did y'all notice the lady walk by with a cockatoo on her shoulder?
Yeah, I saw that earlier.
I just saw that. So hopefully you saw it as she walked past
It might
us.
have just been her legs.
Sorry, I saw something shiny.
It's pretty
I
common.
mean, walking by with a bird on your shoulder is not an everyday occurrence.
Who's been to Bisbee and who absolutely loved it here? If you haven't been, we highly recommend it.
Okay, now my arm's getting tired. Okay. In today's episode of What Can Fill Mess Up, we're going to change out our Volterra black tank valve. Empty and flush your black tank before you try this. And always wear gloves. Got a bucket in here with some napkins to catch any of the liquid that might fall into or come out of the pipe. It's going to catch in here, and then when I'm done, I just cinch up the bag and throw it away. So I've got my tools. So let's get at it. All right, 4 bolts off. Oh, look at that. Boom. Okay. Oh, there is something caught in there. Yeah. That's why it was leaking. There's some little bit of debris, probably toilet paper, caught down here, so it's not sealing all the way. Both the gaskets stayed on. So, got to remember to remove those. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the gaskets on first. See if I can get them to hold in place. Yeah, that seems better. Okay. And then I've got to try to finagle. Okay. Got a tight fit there. All right, now let me get my bolts. All right. Now that didn't take very long. Now what I'm going to do is use my black tank flush hose here, put some water in there, and see if I get any pooling in here, which is what I had last time. It's been a couple weeks. So far it's held. I have no more leaks. But I do want to remind you that because the job was so easy, that I probably could have just gotten away with taking it off and cleaning it out and putting it back on. So if you're having a problem with your tank, I suggest taking it off first, see if there's something caught in there, and then putting it back on before you do order one. And yes, I did change out the handle to a black handle because I did grab the wrong one when I checked out of eTrailer. If you're in the market for anything RVing, check out eTrailer.
So people say things happen in threes. Well, I think they happen in fours and fives because since we left Tiffin, we thought we were good to go and no more repairs would be needed. But no, we have like 4 other issues now that have cropped up. And right now, Phil is working to figure out an issue that because we have a warning light on the dash. And before we dive in, Bill, will you close the blind so they can see you? So the engine light Stacy's talking about appeared on the dash on our way here. So what I'm going to do is connect to my Bluefire, which is an adapter that reads the system's computer, and it's going to tell me if any code is being thrown on here to let me know of an issue pending with the engine. Excuse the beeping. So now let me go to my faults page. It's showing a code up here, and it tells me what the description is. Yeah, it's a 641-9 code that's engine variable geometry turbocharger actuator number 1. How far can I drive with this code? And 2, how soon can I get an appointment? We have an appointment for Friday morning at 0700. The tech did say we could drive to the facility. He said that there's a chance that we could be derated, and derating is something nobody that has a motorhome wants to hear. That if we're derated, that'll put us on the side of the road limping to our destination, and we don't want that. Or even worse, we could be towed. Every now and then we get an error in the front slides. They're hydraulic, and sometimes for some reason the hydraulic fluid isn't flowing or the system's not on. As you can hear, we're on, we're running, and the jacks are down. So our alarm bells should be going off reminding us that our jacks are down. And they were initially when I started the RV, and then they just stopped. So I need to re-engage the hydraulic system. When the alarms are going off again, I know we're good. And the way I usually do that is just to play with the buttons that drop down the jacks, kind of raise and lower them, and that usually gets things moving, and we're good to go. So let's see if it works. Maybe we sat too long. It's asleep. It's still asleep. Yeah, we went from 3 to 4 days with a goal of 7 days, 6 to 7 days this year. This was one of our 6-day stays, and now Ruby's like, y'all need to keep moving. This is too slow. There they go. That was it. Okay, you can probably hear the beeping now, the alarm. I just hit the manual up down on the jacks and it turned it on. So let's see if I can get the slides to come in now. After our slide issue that we just left Red Bay for, when that passenger slide did not move, it kind of freaked me out a little bit. I just knew for some reason it broke again. Now we can bring up the jacks and kill this horrible alarm. For the guy that asked a question about our tow bar cover, where we got it and why we use it. So short answer, we got it from eTrailer. Why we use it is to preserve the life of the tow arms. These rubber boots will dry out if they're exposed to long periods of sun. So we just cover it to preserve the life of the tow arms. Look at that. It is 11:01. Checkout is at 11 and we're getting ready to roll out of here. I think that's pretty good for us. Technically we're unhooked, so we're not using any resources unhooked from
them.
The pedestal.
So technically we're out of here. Hey friends, we're going live on YouTube April 26th, and this isn't your average Q&A session. This is about prizes, raffle winners, and serious prize madness. And you, yes you, could be a lucky winner. Our official sponsor is RV Mattress, and they are giving away a mattress of your choice. You can have an RV mattress or choose something for your home. And that's not all. They're also throwing in sheets and cooling pillows. Nice. This is a prize package worth over $2,400. And that's just the beginning. We've got a whole lineup of prizes from some of our favorite partners. And there will be live door prize winners during the event. So grab a drink, pull out your comfortable camping chair, and don't miss a minute. All of this fun is really for a great cause. We are supporting Homes for Our Troops, which is one of our very favorite veteran charities. And guess what? The Today is Someday community has already raised over $209,000 for this charity alone. Amazing. And our goal is to hit $330,000 because that would mean the Today is Someday community built a home for a veteran. What an amazing goal. Yeah, that would be so cool. How cool is that to say that we actually did that? So hit the YouTube reminder button and grab your raffle tickets. Then click the link below for full details on the prizes and how to donate. you could win awesome prizes and help raise the roof for a veteran in need.
We are so excited and we hope to see you there. We found a blue beacon along our route because the back of this RV is coated with Arizona dust and we need to blow it off.
It is filthy. We still haven't even really cleaned the inside. It was way dusty as well, or it is dusty. But finding the blue beacons is really nice along the route. But finding one that you're next in line is even better.
That never happens. We pulled right up and they were already starting the rig in front of us. So what are your rules when you go in, Phil?
No brushes. I don't like a brush on it. No brush. Can you hit it with just the pressure washer?
Is it okay to brush your aluminum wheels?
That you can.
Okay, your mirrors and your headlights, that's it, right?
Yep. First thing he said was we brush it top to bottom.
Yeah.
No brushes. Even with the ceramic coating, I probably would be okay, but old habits. I don't want any scratches. Because they use the same brush on the tires. The tires normally have rocks and other things, so I don't want that. A friend of ours warned me of that because they did his tires first and then they brushed his sides and scratched the you-know-what out of it. So
yeah, and you don't want swirl marks in the side of your RVs anyway, and those even if they don't scratch, they'll put the swirls, and you don't want that either.
Yeah, no. Looks like the hand drying and tire dressing is $23. Normally I don't do the tire dressing, but she looks good, shiny, so I want her tires to shine too. What? Found it.
That was like a knife. That's a big one.
And we're recording.
Ah,
See? You should always wear shoes.
it's my house.
It's a travel day, lady.
Ah.
I picked like 5 of them out of here earlier.
I'm gonna blame Phil because he brought it in on his shoe. All right.
Show what you're talking
Just
about.
hold it. Oh. It's so small. Well, it's not that small, but
No.
it will appear small to you. Oh my goodness. That was a doozy.
I went in, paid for everything, so it's the wash, no brushes except for the tires. He said turn the lights on.
So not lights. They want Phil to start the RV.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you don't pay attention.
Yeah, I got to go pull up there and show my receipt. The washing of both the rig and the Jeep, tire dressing, and a hand dry came to about $117, which is not bad for both. And we've only been here, sorry, I'm watching her and trying to talk. So it's not bad. We've already been through the wash bay, and now we're under the canopy to get her dried off. And they've got a team out here. It's pretty neat how they're doing this.
All right, do you hear that? That is actually our water detection system that Phil has. It's part of a Gobi system, and we can link it for you. But Phil has one behind the fridge to make sure there's no water intrusion. And what do you know? When they did the spray, of course, we had some intrusion. So Phil's going to go outside when they're drying us off, and he's going to shut that up because it is quite loud.
They've checked my receipt. I'm legit, so they'll get to me.
For once.
I'm too legit. So anyway, let me go outside now before they get started and shut that water detector off. All right, I got to remove 2 screws to get to the access panel back here. Because this is where the water came in. Newer Tiffins have a door that just, you hit a latch and it pops open. I need one of those. There is my Gobi water leak detector. But this is it right here. A labeled fridge. And I got the alert on my phone. We've got the Gobi water leak detectors anywhere that there would be a water line or a water leak. Under the washer, under the shower, under the sinks, down in the wet bay, down in my water filtration setup. All right, while we're out here, let's check out the rig. All the dirt is off the backside. This was the worst part. Jeep is red again.
We made it to our overnight spot, which is an Elks Lodge in Chandler, Arizona. So check out this big parking lot they have back here. It looks like they have space for about 6 RVs. And you can see behind me, they all back up to this cinder block wall, which is perfect. The Elks is this way. The only caveat is it is also right next to a very busy road, so we are going to get some road noise tonight. But again, it's only 20 bucks for us to stay here, and I say 20 bucks because with the Elks it's really a donation, and we donate to basically the Elks Lodge, and they use the money for, you know, their charitable events and to keep the lodge going and all that. And right now is happy hour, and happy hour at the Elks Lodge usually means you can get a beer for pretty much nothing. So we're gonna pop in, give them our 20 bucks, maybe get a beer, and then see what else the night brings us. Good morning. It's bright and early, 6:30 in the morning. We are closing up the RV. Well, we are trying to, but the slide is binding, so let's see if we can't get it to close. And we are headed to Cummins to figure out what's going on with the RV. Now, one thing we didn't tell you yesterday is on our drive, the, hang on. I think it's too loud. Here, you want to take over?
All right, it's 6:30 in the morning. Stacy's closing the backslide, and we're getting ready to head to Cummins to get the rig looked at. But what we didn't mention yesterday is on our drive up here, the dash light cleared itself. It went away. And then I tried to check my faults again using the Blue Fire app, and no fault. Nothing was coming up. Now, it was showing that there was an inactive fault, the old one that had come up previous. So, I don't know. We're still going to go in, have them check it, make sure everything's good to go. And literally, after we went to the blue beacon and turned the rig back on to leave, the dash light had cleared itself. I don't know. Gremlin, the water, getting it washed, cleaned it up. Maybe that was the dirty alarm. I don't know, but we're going to go get it checked out for a little extra peace of mind as we're continuing to head west. We arrived at the Cummins Service Center here in Chandler, Arizona, and because the fault code is no longer active, it's a little hard for them to tell us exactly what's going on. He did connect his reader to it and got the same code. He said if it comes back on, make another appointment and get it checked. But because it was only showing one inactive fault with that, he said we should be good to go. So now we've got all this free time. Let's go eat breakfast.
Welcome to the Inside Scoop. This is your VIP pass to travel nuggets and hot tips we pick up as we travel. First up, let's talk about Bisbee. If you're thinking of going all the way down south to Bisbee, there are a lot of options. There are private campgrounds, there's an Elks Lodge, and BLM land all within 30 minutes of downtown. Bisbee is totally worth the detour and is a perfect spot for winter camping. Okay, veterans, listen up, this is for you. If you are unsure if you qualify to stay on military campgrounds, I will put some links down below that will give you more information so you can figure out if you qualify. And speaking of military campgrounds, we will put a link down below to our blog that reviews all of the military campgrounds we've stayed at so far. It'll tell you which ones we really liked and which ones you should totally skip. And we're hoping to add a few more military campgrounds to that blog this year, so keep watching. If Apache Flats is on your radar for winter camping, and it should be, we have a pro tip for you. Make your reservations early because you're going to want to pick sites 45 through 50 because they have the best views. And trust us, your morning coffee will thank you. The rest of the sites are still great, but your view might be the RV next door. Currently, camping on Apache Flats is 35 bucks a night or $6.50 for the month. Let's talk about staying at an Elks Lodge. In order to stay, you do need to be a member of the Elks. And to be a member, you have to have a sponsor to join, and then you pay an annual membership fee. The fees will vary depending on which lodge you join. The more amenities the lodge has, usually the more their membership fees are. But the membership fees keeps these lodges going, and they do a lot for their local community. Some of you may already know that Tampa is our home lodge, and we've also done several veteran charities there, and we are planning on doing another one this coming January during the Tampa RV show. So be sure and watch for that.
And don't forget, we're going live on YouTube April 26th. You could win some amazing prizes, all while supporting Homes for Our Troops. We look forward to seeing you blowing up the comments as you win.
Yep, and that's it. All right, guys. I wasn't expecting him to pop in, but he took my shot. That's right. He's just as excited about this fundraiser as I am. Yep. You guys do not want to miss it. So thanks for hanging out with us today, and hopefully we'll see you, if not on the road, in the comments.
I said in Tampa. You said in the comments.